All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Laws of Business Breakthroughs with your host, Bimal Shah, the CEO of Rajparth Achievers, and I'm Blanca, the co host, founder of the Laws of Life platform. How are you tonight, Bimal?
Great, awesome. Thank you. How are you?
I am amazing and excited to hear about what you're always teaching us. Just amazing, amazing wisdom and expertise. But you've got some big announcements from your platform. So why don't we start off with those? What is new in Rajparth Achievers tonight?
So, just going live today on the Pioneers platform where people can join in to become pioneers. It's a pioneers community. So, there is three levels where the first level is you're learning, the second is you're growing, and the third is where you're scaling. And it's a great platform because it's one of the first platforms where the return, the ROI is like exponentially huge. You're guaranteed because you get 5 times at least a gift card right away. And then you have a dashboard that helps you walk you through your 3 year goal in 1 year. And then on top of that, you connect with people who are smarter than you. So you connect with other folks in the community, and you chat and you solve business collaboratively, and you connect with other pioneers. On top of that, you get access to me on a regular basis. Plus, if you're part of the scaling, I'm working with you and your team on a monthly basis as needed as part of the membership.
Wow, that's extraordinary. That's a big accomplishment. So congratulations on that development. That is absolutely tremendous, and I'm extremely happy for you. Extremely.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
And, the whole book series is about becoming a pioneer. I'm proud to announce that the audio book will be there too. So I'm planning to launch it on Audible as well. So, and then the second book is about, the whole thing is going to be starting now, and it's going to be launched on Valentine's Day. And, so it's resolving your biggest pain, challenge, or frustration for your Valentine, which could be you.
ah, I love it. That's an amazing topic. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, so the book is about, resolving your biggest pain, your biggest challenge, and your biggest frustration. And when you do that, your business doubles because and they all three are different. So your pain is different, your challenge is different, your frustration is different. And I'll give you a simple example. So I'd asked a client of mine, what's your biggest pain? He said, people. What's your biggest challenge? People. What's your biggest frustration? People. Now, turns out that the biggest pain was he had the wrong people in the wrong seats. The biggest frustration was that his team wasn't getting things done, so there was accountability. And his biggest, challenge was, people's behaviors to get them to understand, and that was the culture. So I have a workshop on building a culture. They're all three different, so and you have to tackle them differently. You can't tackle them as if they're the same. And once you do that, you double your business. Now, yeah, because wherever your frustrations are, wherever your pains are, wherever your challenges are, is wherever is where progress is where exponential progress is.
Really, that's interesting. So let's. What if an entrepreneur hears a similar criticism from multiple customers? Is it probably true?
So an entrepreneur here, so I want to understand the question correctly. So you're asking me, what if an entrepreneur were to get similar feedback or criticism from different customers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first things first, an entrepreneur has to always think about everything as feedback. There is no such thing as criticism. And you think about everything that comes at you as feedback, and you put them in three different buckets: unique, useful, and useless. Now, unique is something that's very unique to your situation, to your business, that helps you scale and grow. Useful is that allows you to scale. And sometimes negative feedback is extremely useful because it's positive feedback in the right direction, because it tells you some of the things that you may not be doing right and you need to correct them. And therefore, your own benefit, and the person who's giving it to you is giving it to you with a good heart, hoping that you would take it positively. So I wouldn't consider anything as negative. Now, and what I would consider useless feedback, for example, let's say you had 20,000 people in your database, and out of 20,000, one person gave, provided criticism or feedback in your email that it's bad, but 99.9% were raving for it. So that 1% is not materialistic, because you had the majority of the people give you great feedback, and on what you sent out. So that feedback would go in the third category, which is useless.
Interest. So okay, well that's very positive. So tell us about what's on your mind. What is your law of business breakthrough tonight? What are we learning?
So tonight we're learning, when we're starting off the new year's, you want to have starting off on a good foot, because, what you do in the first of the month, sets the ground for the whole year. So if you start off the year with like, okay, my things are only just going to go as is, and I'm just going to get in and see how things go, it's not how your year will go smooth. So you have to start off your new year with a 90-day leap. I have a workshop, the biggest 90-day leap. It's the best place to start your New Year's. The second is, you want to start off your New Year's with New Year's insights. New Year's resolutions never work. So I have a score pad system, where we build a score pad, and each of the alphabets of the score pad stands for something. So, for example, S out of the score pad stands for system, C stands for commitments, O stands for opportunities. So that each alphabet stands for something, and you look at insights of last year, and you build your New Year plan from that insight. And you can get that on my website as well, New Year's Insights. So I
Wow.
see that we have Deirdre. How do you pronounce her name? Deirdre Nelson. We'll welcome her to ask a question.
Oh, that's amazing. Deirdre's in the house. Hi, Deirdre. Yeah, Deirdre, definitely
Deirdre,
ask a question.
you
Deirdre's
get a copy of my latest book, which is #1 on Amazon. You get it as a free gift.
That's right. If you ask a question, Deirdre, you get a free book of Bimal's book, Becoming a Pioneer. So ask a question, Deirdre. Put it in the chat so you can win a book right now. Come on, give it. Give us the question.
Question. Countdown begins.
So
Three, two,
Deirdre
one.
is in the world of fashion. We're waiting for your question, Deirdre. We're waiting. Three, type it, type it. Let's go. Give us a good question. This is why I love it.
Remember, if you make your questions bigger than your answers, you succeed in life. You succeed in business. Sometimes we make our answers bigger than our questions, but you need to make your questions bigger than your answers. And when you do that, that's one of the laws of growth in business.
That's
So
brilliant.
let's hear a question, Deirdre. If not, we'll continue on some of
Well,
the.
I have a question, Deirdre. I'll ask it for Deirdre. So Deirdre is she is a fashionista. Oh, here it is. As a potential business customer, being that it's the new year, when is a great time to launch a business? At the beginning of the year or during the middle of the year? Thank you for
So
your question.
great question. So the answer is there is no such thing as a great time to launch a business. It's always a great time to launch a business. Okay. Once you have, the thing is, you need to have a structure, a plan, a market, and all those laid out when you want to launch a business. So, for example, the most important question that you want to answer when you launch a business is who you're going to serve. That is first. Many times we get so stuck in the what I'm going to do, and then try to convince people to buy what we have, and they don't want it. Okay. So the first thing you have to think about is who, right? Am I correct, Blanca? There's so many times you see that, right?
I'm laughing because it's so damn true what you're saying. And everybody has to follow Bimal, okay? He's a business guru. He's nationally recognized. He's been featured in newspapers and store TV all over the country. I mean, you're right. So, who are you going to serve? How do you decide? Is it their financial bracket? If it's a
No,
luxury product, is it their age? What is it? What do you think?
it's very give their dream come true customer a name. Okay, so let's say, for example, who is Mary, who is James, who is Felix, who is Carlos. and then take a blank piece of paper, a yellow pad, and just keep writing. Don't cheat. Don't write big. Write as if you normally write, and write a full page essay on who's your dream come true customer. Okay. Send me that description, and I will send you a list of those people with their contact info, email, details. So then you can target those people as customers, and then we will decide, okay, what are we going to say to them to promote your products and services.
That's
So
well, and this is something that you do as a gift to give them their audience, or is this a
no,
for?
so there is a list. I provide a list. There is an investment that it takes,
So
in getting.
that's a paid service. You get a free book if you answer a question, but if you want a list that of an audience that matches your perfect avatar customer, then you can consult with Bimal and he can help you accomplish that goal.
Right. Now, the other advantage of doing this exercise, is that you will discover so many things about this customer when you start writing. Oh, I never thought that, I could do this for this person. He really needs that. I could do this. I could. So, like, there will be springboard of ideas and things that will come out of it. And then you will see, a whole new stream of revenue possibilities in building your business, a sustainable business. A sustainable business is a business that works while you sleep.
Yes, that is definitely true. Well, I think that's one of the biggest struggles for many entrepreneurs because they feel that their gift or their talent is the business. But the
Right.
problem is that's very difficult to scale up if you're the only one that holds the keys to the wisdom.
Right. So what you do is you package your talent. You structure your talent. You make it available as a service. So for example, the biggest example is I'm writing a book, and I'm writing 13 books. I'm offering as a service. Everybody has something to say, right? So for example, Deirdre, if she wanted to attract those dream come true customers, that she has a list of, what if she had a book that she could send to these people about her, that talks about what she does. It would be an amazing way to get these people, to get her as customers, right? And we offer that as a service. So she can give me 90 minutes and she'll have a book.
Yeah, just in case nobody knows, you haven't been listening. And Bamal, you've got to come back to the summit next Tuesday. Everybody loved having you at the summit today. I
Absolutely,
mean,
I will. Like I said, I have a
I
commitment on
know.
those.
But we got to move that around. You got to start coming to the summit. You've got to. We got to get you
All
in
right,
there
I will.
because I'll tell you, people loved having you there. And plus, you are such a big part of the Laws of Life Network as a broadcaster. So going back to Deirdre is a fashionista. And she is her dream is to be in fashion, to be a fashion stylist. She has an amazing eye for fashion. So would she be a good fit for a book?
Absolutely, every entrepreneur should have a book. There's no question about it. Anybody who wants to be in business, their book becomes their business card.
I love that.
So,
And so
so it
Ramal
is.
has this program. Tell us about that. How you write a book for people.
So basically the way it works is, there's if we can put the link, or if she scans the QR code, there's a link called bit.ly your book completed. Once you go on that link, there's some questions that she can answer that gives me specifics on what's it. Then the second step is, once that is done, then we start the process. We tell how much, what the whole process would look like, depending on where she wants the book, on what she wants the book to do, whether she just wants to use it for her business to get more business, or she wants to do actual book sales and market the book and make revenues from the book and all of that. So that depends. Now, once we do, then we do a mind map, that layouts the blueprint of the book, and then we do an interview, a video interview, where we just talk, because I'm sure she doesn't have time to write, but she has time to talk.
Don't we all? We all want to talk, but we don't want to sit down and write our book. I write 3 pages a day.
That's
Got
good.
to do something every day.
So the 365 days, you should have 1,065 pages by now.
You're right. I only started January the 1st of the year.
All right. So if you want to write the book, if you can just scan, are we able to zoom into the QR code or put that link? It's called bit.ly, your book completed, with Y capital, B capital, C capital.
Got it. I'll throw it on the screen. Everybody go to bit.ly dash
Dot.
your book dot completed. Here it is. We've got it up on the screen.
Yeah,
And
just the Y is capital. Just the Y is capital. So if you go to that link,
okay, no problem.
yeah.
Go to
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So if you go to that link, Deirdre, if I hope I'm pronouncing your name right.
Teardrop.
Apologies, Deirdre.
Teardrop.
Deirdre. Deidre, if you go to that link and answer a few questions, we can start the process. Because if you're building your business and you're attracting high-end clients for fashion, and you're not trying to go after the small fish and you want to go after the big fish, you need to tell a story. You need to talk about yourself. You need to make a better impression. You need to, even in your book, you might have great illustrations about your fashion, about colors, and that make a great impact. Maybe you want to send those books to women entrepreneurs, so we make a list of women entrepreneurs who are succeeding in business and have a specific eye on fashion. So all of that is important, and when you give that, you completely segregate yourself from the competition, because now you're not talking about price. You completely eliminate the concept of how much it's going to cost, because the person who's read your book is not talking about cost.
That's true. That's really true.
Yeah.
It's really powerful, and also I'm happy that you're coming to the Global Vision on Saturday, because the Global Vision Conference is also starting a publishing arm. So that will really be in synergy with your ability to write the books for the authors, and then they can have.
Deidre, what you can do is, let's take a picture. I'll give you my book, or you can get the book from Amazon, and I'll give you a hard copy or something as a gift in return. But if you get the book and promote it to your 65,000 followers and 8,000 interactions that you have, and you can talk about those, then we'll do something on the book for you as a special. So if you're able to promote my book to your, uh,
That's amazing.
yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, it sounds like Deirdre's definitely interested in the book opportunity. So I'm going to put the link back on the screen, bit.ly, your book completed. And Deirdre, I think it would be amazing for you to do a book.
And
And
even if you want to get, you call me, just you can put my number is
what's
954.
your phone number, Bimal?
Yeah, 954-579-1254.
So, Deirdre, feel free to give Bimal a call. I'll put his number on the screen. Also, Deirdre, you're going to want to email Blanca at lawsoflife.shop with your address, so Bimal can get you a copy of his new book,
And let
Becoming
me
a
know,
Master.
if you put a post of the book with the picture and all that, send me a copy of that post when you can. If you put it where she has the followers, and if you promote the book, I would highly appreciate it. The book is right now number one on Amazon, and 13 books. So it's not easy to write 13 books, 101,640 words
Phew,
in
that is
last year,
a lot.
and having the best year ever,
Oh, well,
and
Bimal.
taking 3 vacations internationally in COVID.
Oh my God, that's incredible. Well, Bimal, seriously, congratulations on the new book. Congratulations on being a webcaster. You know, this is your 48th episode on the Laws of
Right.
Life Network. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on your new membership website. That was incidentally built by the Laws of
Of
Life.
life. And I'm thankful to you. So that, thank you for making one of my dreams come true. I wanted to build a community of pioneers. So thank you, Blanca.
It's
And Blanca has a wonderful team to support.
Yeah, and thanks to Bimal, my business is growing and I'm getting so much more, I guess you could say, productivity, scalability, efficiency by working with Bimal as my business coach. So, Bimal, thanks again. Congratulations on all your success. And I hope everybody starts tuning in. every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock for the laws of business breakthroughs. We'll see you next week and take care. Thanks, Bimal.
Thank you, Blanca. Thank you very much.